Hello everyone, Fanta here, and you're watching Fantavision. Welcome back to another Tales from Retail. Today we're discussing some of the weird things that I've found in game cases. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Fanta, what possibly could be weird inside of a video game case? Some of you are already having some things come to mind. We'll see if either of you are correct. There's like two people watching. There's probably two people watching. Either of you are correct. So, without further ado, I don't really have any order that I'm going to go through these with. They're just going to kind of pop off the top of my head. And it's not going to go from like least extreme, most extreme. It's just going to kind of be a smorgasbord of random stuff. Some of the lesser weird things. Okay, I just said I wasn't going to do that. Some of the lesser weird things that I remember finding in cases were puzzling, to say the least. Like, I'd either find the wrong game in there, which, I mean, that can happen. But sometimes I'd find the wrong manual and the wrong game in there. And I was like, how did the manual get in here from a different game? In fact, there was one time where all three things were different. The box, the manual, and the game, and none of them matched. They were all... And like sometimes they're even different systems. Like they're trading a PS3 game, there's a PS2 game in there. Or there's an Xbox 360 game. And you're like, how does this even happen? Whenever I take a game out, I immediately put it back in the case. Because I know I'll either lose it or it'll get scratched. And I don't want either of those things to happen. Because I want all of my games in nice pristine condition. And I want them to look like they've never been played. And I have some games that really look like they've never been played because I've never opened them. But that's another topic for another day. So, just crazy to see that. I've found like music CDs in there sometimes. Sometimes there'll be a disc on top of it. There'll be another game on top of that game. Sometimes there'll be a music disc underneath that. Somebody was trading in a whole stack load of games, and I didn't want to bring it to his attention because I didn't want to embarrass him in front of other people, but he had like a pornography disc in his game case, so I just said we couldn't take it, and then he's like, why? And then he opened it and looked at me and went, oh, I don't know how that got in there. Sure you don't. Which also leads to another video idea. Not for this video. This video is me sticking to games, but weird stuff that I've found in consoles. That'll be the next episode. But let's see what else. I've seen some weird pictures because for some reason people have put pictures in game cases. So I've seen some weird pictures. Weird mixtapes with like funny names. Somebody traded in a game and it had a condom behind the game manual. And it was like a brand I've never even heard of. Rugby? And it looked like it was from like the 50s. Like it didn't make any sense. It made a weird situation even weirder. Because it wasn't like a Trojan or some other condom brand that everybody knows. It was a Rugby. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And it was like a sepia toned, like... wrapper, and it was weird. Why would you have a condom in your video game? I don't know. Maybe he was going to like his girlfriend's house and just smuggled condoms in a video game case? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it was weird that it was still in there when he was trading in. You think he would check. Which is the main thing why it's weird that there's anything weird in these game cases, because you think people would check before they came and traded stuff in. But you'd be surprised how many people showed up with either the wrong game or the game wasn't in the case. And they had to go all the way home and then come all the way back to finish the trade in. That happened a lot when people were trading in systems. They'd have a whole stack of games and I'd be going through them. Like, well, this game isn't in there, this game is in there. And they have to come back with their, like, slipcase thing. I had some guy come to the store, trade in stuff, realize he forgot a bunch of stuff, left, came back, realized he forgot more, left, came back, and then it was finally done. And it was like an all-day event. Some of those trade-ins, my God. And some of the games, like, you wonder how the hell certain things have happened to the discs, like the ones that are covered in soda. What's the backstory behind that? Did you not? And they let it dry. Like, They're plastic discs, so as long as it doesn't get to the top part, which is the data layer, and it's just that bottom part, you can just wipe it off or run it in cold water and you'll be fine. But how did it sit there? And then at yard sales, we've seen game cases, or games rather, and game cases, and they were just covered in like random something, and you don't know what it is. I saw that a lot at GameStop too. Just something, and you don't want to touch it, and it's really gross. And as soon as I'm done like handling the case and the game, I'm immediately covering my hands in sanitizer. Oh, gross. So many gross things. There was a person that was trading in his collection, and he was a smoker, and you could tell because all the games reeked. And I should have just marked them as defective, but for some reason, I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. I should have just marked them as defective, but for some reason I decided to sit there and clean all of the cases with like the counter spray and a paper towel. And when you buy something or you have something that a smoker owned and you know they smoked inside, it's like a thick layer of just tar and gunk and crap that you're... Oh, that's so gross. And it's like, oh, dude, why? Why would you do this to your stuff? We've gotten consoles like that, which we immediately just do not even take because we're not dealing with that. I'm trying to think of other... I found like trading cards sometimes. Somebody had like a couple Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there for some reason. The weird thing is, why are these things in the case in the first place? Like, what prompted these people to put a Yu-Gi-Oh card, a condom, a pornographic disc? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Even like personal pictures I've seen in them. I don't know. It's so weird. I don't get it. I'm trying to think of a reason why you'd put any of those things. I just can't. Huh. I don't know if you guys have put anything weird in your game cases. Let me know in the comments if for some reason you're transporting condoms or anything, really. If you're putting stuff in the case that just shouldn't be there, why are you doing it? What prompted you to do it? The only game cases that made sense that would have anything besides a game in it and a manual are the old PS2 cases because they had a slot for the memory card. Now that I could see if we're still in the PS2 era finding a bunch of memory cards, but now it doesn't make any sense, especially with the games not even having manuals anymore. It's weird. Super weird. Anyway, let me know in the comments if either you've found anything weird in a game case that you've bought, or if you yourself are one of those people that puts weird stuff in there. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this series. I'll definitely keep it up. I'm going to try to keep this as a weekly thing from now on, one a week. I might start with Tuesdays, make it Tales from Retail Tuesdays. I like the ring of it, Sounds good. And I'm going to start Twitch streaming a little bit more. I Twitch stream with my girlfriend. That's fun. We play like Fortnite and Borderlands and probably Monster Hunter pretty soon because the new Monster Hunter game's coming out and that looks like a ton of fun. So, as always, everyone have a fantastic day. Like, subscribe, all the things, whatever. Yeah, see ya.